People who were adopted and have met your real parents, what was it like? I never knew my biological parents growing up, and I never really wanted to since my adoptive family was good to me, and I never felt like anything was missing. Then I met my girlfriend Kayla. After dating for a couple of months, she said she wanted me to meet her family and invited me to this big reunion they had every year. We got there early, and the whole place was already buzzing. Some lodge by a lake, tables everywhere, coolers full of beer, kids running around like it was summer camp. Kayla disappeared into a group of cousins, and I got handed a plate of food and introduced to this older couple, Brian and Carla. They were friendly and asked all the usual questions about where I was from, what I did for work, that kind of stuff. And Carla asked where I was born. I told her Portland. I was born in '98 and adopted right after. She froze, literally mid-bite. Brian looked at her, then at me. He asked if I knew which hospital. I told him. Then he said, really quiet, "That's where we had our son." My stomach dropped. I just kind of stared at him. Carla put a hand on my arm and asked if I had a birthmark on my left shoulder. I said yeah. She covered her mouth. Brian stood up and walked a few feet away like he couldn't breathe. I laughed a little just because I didn't know what else to do. Kayla walked over, smiling, and I guess she could tell something was off immediately. "What's going on?" she asked. Carla looked at her and said, "I think he's our son." Kayla looked at me like I had 3 heads. I looked at her like I wanted to melt into the grass. I couldn't move. Carla had tears in her eyes. Brian just stared at the lake. Kayla pulled me aside and whispered, "What the hell is going on?" I didn't even have words. All I said was, "I think I just met my birth parents." We ended up leaving not long after. There wasn't a big talk or dramatic hug, just Carla saying, "I'm so sorry. We didn't expect this." Brian shook my hand like he was terrified. And that was it. I haven't heard from Brian or Carla since and haven't reached out either. I might someday, but for now I'm good.